Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Kasie Enman after her second place finish at the 2014 the Rut 50k. How's mountain running going?
It's over. This is my last race of the season.
You have done the sky running schedule. You've done a ton of sky marathon distance as well as the ultra distance.
Yep.
And had a good season.
Yeah. It was a competitive group of ladies this year for sure.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I got my butt kicked quite a bit.
A couple times. But you've also had some great performances. I mean,
yeah, I've been consistent.
I mean, if you're running against the best in the world, it brings out the best in you, right?
Yep, definitely. That's why you come to these races.
So you're pretty happy with your season?
Yeah. I would have liked to have, held on more strongly at the end of some of the other races. But, turned out well.
I mean, it's your first season, really. You're getting more experience at these distances. It probably is encouraging for future seasons.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide next year if I maybe want to just go back and start and focus in on fewer races and go back and try to be more competitive on the shorter ones.
Okay.
Like I like competing against that really strong group of ladies, and I feel like I can, come out on top some of the time if I'm more focused on that. This year I was just doing
you were all over
too much.
And a lot, yeah.
A lot. And the 50 and I had a number of races this season that were the longest I'd ever run over and over again.
Was this time-wise the longest you've run?
Not today. Kima was.
Oh. Yeah, Kima. You won Kima.
I won Kima.
Were you weren't expecting to win Kima?
Not, of all the races on my calendar this season, that was the last one I would have predicted a win at.
That's why you race them, right?
It helped me. I was really conservative in that race because I had very little confidence in my ability to navigate that course. So I took the safe strategy.
Yeah.
And it ended up working out.
Paid off.
Yeah.
And not only did you were conservative, and yeah, Emily took a wrong turn when she was a ways ahead, but you still ran reasonably close to the course record there.
Yeah, I wasn't too slow.
And that was, I think Nuria Pikas has it, and probably has a lot more experience in that sort of technical.
Yeah. I was fully expecting to get caught by some of the other women in that field because I was not, impressive in my technique on the bouldering and the rock climbing with chains. And
you just got it done.
I have a bit of a fear of heights, so I was taking those sections pretty slowly. But I think because I started out slower, I was similar to today, both these races, I started out slower than I normally would and had it in me to stay strong at the end. Some of the climbs at the end, anybody that's gone out hard just can barely move up the climbs later in the races. But if you've gone out really slowly, then you can keep moving. That's what it takes.
Probably a little more fun to finish that way than some of your races this year, where you've really...
Right.
I mean, not like you've come walking in, but you've definitely had to walk.
It's gotten ugly. Yeah. Although, you know what? Those have been fun, too, because I've been in the race. Like, all I wanted this season was just to be in the race, to be mixing it up. The one race that I, backed off so much, tactically, was Sierra Zinal. And it didn't work because I was so far back that I couldn't see the lead pack, and I just couldn't compete because I wasn't in it. So I needed to be somewhere in the middle.
So today you kind of were Emily, of all people, took it out.
Yeah, well, I think she's had some unfinished business from Kima, and she just wanted to, just get that going.
Yeah.
Get what she couldn't get there.
It was kind of a surprise. One would have expected maybe Ellie to go out hard. I mean,
except that's not what Ellie usually does either.
She's a smart racer.
Yeah, and I think all of us, it's late in the season for all of us, so I think we were all a bit tired coming into this one.
Talking to Emily and Anna before, and they were both pretty honest about maybe not being motivated and just being
yeah,
been racing for a while.
Yeah,
was there a little bit of that?
Oh, absolutely.
You weren't planning to come.
I wasn't planning on being here. I was saying I think I'll get my head wrapped around the fact that I'm doing this race maybe 25k in.
Did you?
Yeah, maybe even later than that. Yeah, I was a week ago. I was planning on being home this weekend, resting up, and because we had just gotten back from Europe, and we just needed some stability in our family life, and it was taking another trip, and another 50k wasn't exactly feeling like the best thing to do, but it was being the series finale, and with Anna and Emily and I all kind of being in the running for trying to go for that title. It was just okay, you don't drop out of a series one race, before the conclusion. You finish it out. So
I mean, to be fair to your competitors, it's like if you're, in professional sports, you don't want to be the team that just throws a towel in at the end.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just figured I'd come see what happened. I was trying to, just run within myself and not completely trash myself today. So, and that worked out really well because I ended up being able to finish more strongly than apparently I was making up time at the end, which I didn't realize. But
and also we don't know if Emily was just knew she had a lead and was just kind of like.
It's quite possible. She also went out aggressively, so who knows?
Yeah. Do we know how that scoring went out for the series?
Yeah, well, so Emily, it was winner take all kind of.
Yeah, exactly. So Emily wins.
So Emily wins. I wonder if Anna and I are tied points wise.
Well, there's bonus here. There's 20%
I know.
So it'll be interesting. Ian Charman's doing the math today.
It might, if you do the math, it might be that Anna and I have the same number of points now. My second and her third.
What was your other? You had.
So I had a first and a second.
And she had.
And now I have a first and 2 seconds.
And she had 2 firsts.
She had 2 firsts and a third. And with this, the third points being the 20% higher, it might be a tie.
I think
it's possible. I don't know what that happens. It might go to Anna. Maybe she has more wins. I don't know.
Is there a tiebreaker?
I have no idea.
Fractions of a point.
But, it was good to finish the series. When I tried skyrunning 2 years ago, I didn't quite have enough races to complete the series. And now I completed. I had enough races to be, scoring in both the Sky Marathon and the Ultra categories this year.
So a couple years in and out of the skyrunning thing, how are you liking it?
Yeah, I still trying to find balance. It's because I like to mix up the type of running that I'm doing. I like to do road races. I like to do some shorter races. So this season felt like it was a little imbalanced for me, like a little too much of the long, really technical, really mountainous stuff. And so I think next season I'll pick a few more and just have 3 or 4 key ones that I really focus on and then have the time in my schedule to be able to do racing that I like. Or even just maybe some training, my racing all go on top of each other. And I can train.
Speaking of training, you get to train for the New York Marathon.
Yeah.
That's next.
Yes, so November 2nd I'm racing.
So it's a pretty quick transition from a season of sky running to fast road marathon. You're trying to get an Olympic trials qualifier.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And this will be my 3rd Olympic trials. And I think I can do it, whether or not it happens at New York or whether or not I have to pick another one in the spring. But I actually, at the beginning of the season, back in the spring, when I was looking at what could I do for what I want to do, I thought it would be really kind of fun to try to do a mountain season and then go in relatively quickly into a road marathon and see how well I could do off of, because this type of racing, the mountain races, is tremendous endurance and just general fitness and strength. And the only piece missing is the speed, the leg turnover.
You could really surprise yourself.
So I'm curious. It's really kind of, I have absolutely no idea how this is going to turn out. Every other road marathon I've done, I've come off of shorter race, like 10K training, and I moved up to marathon. And then I usually follow a road marathon with a mountain season. So this is the first mountain racing season that I came in without having done road marathon training coming into it. And that kind of hurt me at the beginning of the season.
It hurt you at the beginning, but in the end,
I feel like today I finally had it all together. I mean, I started and finished in the same place.
So maybe you do need to race
I think you can get the same effect from training and maybe be a little less stressed by it. Yeah, so it'll be a fun experiment. We'll see what happens.
Congratulations on your skyrunning season and good luck at the marathon.
Thanks.